Hello everyone, this is Supreet Kadkol, faculty in zoology, Sri Venkatramana College, Bantwal. So today we'll be discussing about the topic parental care in amphibians. So first of all, we'll see what is parental care. So in generally, anything a parent that is taking care of its young ones, maybe after the eggs or the young ones until they are independent. So this is called as the parental care. So in other words, we can tell that parental care, it is an action or it is also a type of behavior which is performed by the parents towards the offsprings, which helps in increasing the chance of survival. So usually this parental care, they are performed after breeding, maybe by one parent or both the parents. So usually which helps in the higher survivability. So each and every organisms which are seen in nature, they exhibit a type of parental care. So all the animals which are having the great diversity and care about their young ones during the development. So now we'll be mainly focusing on the parental care in amphibians. So we know that amphibians, which includes frogs, salamanders, ichthyophys, they live both in land and water. So usually these organisms, they are highly adapted and highly diverse in showing the parental care. So now usually the amphibians, they have great diversity related to the urodils and apodons. So under this we consider about the two categories. First one is protection by nest, nurseries or shelter. So the protection is given by the parents by building the nest, nurseries or providing shelter. Second one is direct caring by the parents. So there are some frogs which carry their young ones below which carry the eggs below the stomach, some carry above their back, and ichthyophys, it coils itself. It coils itself to the egg so that parental care is shown by different organisms. So as you can see in these pictures, how frogs are taking care of their eggs and during the development, and the salamander, it is coiling its body towards the egg, and the fourth behind the stomach region or on the stomach, how the eggs are attached to the frogs. So we'll see one by one how protection is done by the amphibians by building the nest, nurseries and shelter. So first one, that is selection of site. So usually the amphibians mainly lay eggs in the protected sites. So as I was discussing about the amphibians, they usually live in both land and water. So many tropical frogs, they live in water on land near to the water, and there are some frogs which lay eggs not on land but on leaves, and there are some frogs which glue their eggs before they are hatched. So this type of behavior is shown by the parents during the selection of site. So in coming slides we'll see the pictures how the eggs are protected by the selection sites and all. So next, defending eggs by or making the territories. So many different types of frogs, mainly they carry their eggs on its body or attach it to its body. So usually the frogs, they shake their body in such a way that the eggs will be having proper aeration. So if the proper aeration is there, then only they will tend to hatch the egg. And salamander, usually what happens, the whole body rotates itself and it carries the eggs on its back. So this periodically rotation of eggs, usually what happens, that increases the aeration and also helps in preventing adhesive malformation, because as the glue is very much adhesive, they should not be attached to the parent body for longer point. So next is direct development. So in direct development what happens, the eggs are directly hatched, or usually they are taken care during the larval stage, and this direct development helps in maintaining the less mortality rate. So this is shown by Hyla. And next, foam nest. There are some frogs, before laying their eggs, they create some foam so that those eggs are attached to the surface. Maybe usually they create on the leaves, like tree frogs, the leaf. Then the eggs are mainly put on that, so that what happens, the eggs are attached to that, and later the parental care is shown as they guard near to the nest region itself. So that is by foam nest. Then we are having mud nest. They create a hollow nest inside the mud region near to the water, and there are some frogs which go underneath of the soil to guard their eggs. So usually this type of behavior, it is shown by Hyla. And next, tree nest. So in tree nest, usually what happens, the folded leaf of the nest, the folded leaf is guarded as the nest, and the glue, that is secretion, cloacal secretion, it is mainly maintaining the adhesion of the eggs to the tree. There are some frogs which carry the bee wax from the beehive, mainly the stingless bees, and the hives are which are near to the tree, or there are some stingless bees which make their nest inside the tree. So these frogs, they are having tendency to bring some wax and helps in the building tree nest. And there are different types like making gelatinous bag, communal nest, which are seen in different types of frogs and amphibians. So usually we should remember in this is about Hyla, how parental care is seen in Hyla. Rhacophorus, that is a Malabarus rhacophorus, tree frog. Ichthyophysis, salamander. So these examples are very important. So as I was telling, so in this picture how in the first one, A, that is a tree frog guarding its egg glued to the leaf. So at that region the glue is secreted and eggs are mainly protected by or it is guarded by the parent, and once they start to hatch out, they mainly fall into the water or they come in contact with the parents and they are moving towards their territory. So in second, the usually foam will be created in the nest like. So what happens once the Rhacophorus, usually the tree frog, that will be done. Then in third, foam nest floating on water, usually near to the banks of water source these foams are created. And at last, mud nest near to the water surface, these muds, the mud nest is built by the frog. So these are some type of parental care mainly that comes under protection, or that comes in first category, that is protection by nest, nurseries and shelters. So next we'll move on to the direct caring by parents. So in direct caring, what happens? Usually there are some amphibians which coil around the egg, that is about the salamanders, and they are certainly Sicilians. The female carry the large eggs in its burrow damp soil and carefully guard it by coiling her body around the egg and once they are hatched. And next, transferring the tadpoles to water, like as I was telling, the leaf is used for the adhesion and eggs are mainly placed on the leaf. Once the eggs are hatched, and slowly the parents, they transfer its hatched tadpole towards the water, so that easy availability of food will be present, mainly by using its mouth part, that is suckers, and they transport the young ones into the water. Next we are having egg glued to body. So as in the starting pictures you have seen, near to its dorsal and aboral surface there is glue attached to its body and the eggs are mainly attached to that. So through that type of behavior, the eggs and young ones are mainly taken care. So as eggs in back pouches, so there are some frogs which are having the marsupial pouch and they are having the capability of keeping their eggs inside that and taking care. And viviparity. So viviparity is, there are some anurans which are oviviviparous. So what happens? They retain their eggs in the oviduct and female give birth direct towards the young ones. So usually this type of behavior is seen in African toads. So directly they give birth, and this is widely spread to the order mainly Gymnosphonia. So directly female will give birth to the young ones. So these are some of the direct caring by the parents. We'll see in the pictures. So in the first one, as I was telling about coiling around the egg, which is seen in Ichthyophys, that is in A, how the Ichthyophys is coiled and the eggs are placed. And second one, transferring the tadpoles to water. So usually what happens? So these tadpoles, they are mainly attached to the surface of the frog, and then what happens? The frog itself, it falls into the water. Then tadpoles are detached from its body and they tend to swim. And in third one also, what it is doing? It is making its bubble like structures by its mouth, that is suckers, and then the eggs are taken into the water. So in D, so usually near its thighs, where the curved region, in that region they are having the capability of carrying the eggs and again taken back to the water. So in E, that is, the structure of the frog is different, slightly different. You can notice it's in nose structure. So this is an African toad. It is having a marsupial pouch on its back. It carry its young ones in that. So not young ones, the eggs. So once the eggs are hatched into tadpoles, then they tend to come from that marsupial pouch. Then we are having the different types of behavior, like carrying the eggs on its body. So these are the direct parental care which is seen in amphibians. So what are the benefits usually which we can see in parental care? So if the parental care is maximum, then the survivability of the young ones will be higher. So that is the first one. And usually there will be ecological balancing between the species to species, so that food chain and food web will be maintained. So these are the benefits of the parental care which are shown by amphibians. So next we'll see some photographs which are seen in amphibians. So these are some of the examples which we have studied now. So how the frog has made the leaf a nest and kept its eggs. So usually the frog is carrying its eggs on its back. So this is about the parental care of amphibians.